Welcome back to the 100 spin test. In today's episode, number 95E, we continue our dive into the murky waters of roulette strategies, where promises of guaranteed wins vanish faster than a bag of Ricky and Julian's zesty Mordant Doritos. Ever wondered if these so-called foolproof strategies can withstand the chaos of real-world distractions and cognitive biases? Well, you're in the right place. Let's see what happens. Today's test is Joe Croupier's Dammfino. Joe, by his own definition, is a homeless bearded idiot, but he is a channel favorite and I hope that his self-description is untrue, at least the homeless part. Dammfino is the same bet as one I tested recently by AVI Gen X. It's linked in the description. I advise testing strategies multiple times before folks throw their dinars, yen, or rand on the table, so repetition is not a bad thing. Today, we'll run this on a European wheel. Tomorrow, I'll rerun the same bet on a US table for comparison. I ran a simulation of this bet on my self-tester 20 times and 2 tests were net winners. There are 18 winning numbers out of a possible 37, so there is a 49% likelihood of winning on each spin. This bet pushes on 12 numbers, but if we disregard those pushes, there is an 18 out of 25 or a 72% chance of winning. The presence of the zero allows the casino to bogot 2.6% of each bet in aggregate, so our expected loss is 8 units. To simplify things for analysis and scaling, I've set the unit size to 1 simoleon. Place 2 units on the 19 to 36 and 1 unit on the first dozen. We will win 1 unit if the ball lands on 19 to 36, and lose 3 if it lands on 0 or the 13 to 18 double street. It's a push if we land on the first dozen. As always, the animated graph below shows the progress of the strategy as misplayed and gives an idea of how volatile the bet is. There is also a table below showing the payouts and losses for this bet. A link to Jack Ace's bet analyzer that contains much more information for this bet can be found in the description. Now let's speed things up and watch the progress. I'll be back at the end to summarize. We underperformed expectations, with 41 wins, 31 pushes, and 28 losses. This is quite the shellacking compared with video 69 where we had 55 wins, 33 pushes, and 12 losses and were up 19 units. Is this the best bet? I'll be damned if I know, but it seems like a bet that benefits from positive progression and the 13 to 18 double street rarely hitting. I ran the routine statistical tests on the results. The average number of spins before we got a hit was 2.5 with a standard deviation of 1.8. That means, excluding pushes, it takes about 6 spins to get a win 65% of the time and excluding pushes, 8 spins to get a win 95% at the time. There were 5 repeaters, 16, 18, 20, 28, and 33 each doubled up. The hot numbers were 15 with 7 hits, 18 with 6 hits and 9, 16, 28, and 29 with 5 hits each. The cold numbers were 5, 30, and 31 with no hits each. We had 1 streaks of 6 wins without a loss, 1 streaks of 5, 1 of 4, 4 of 3 and 9 streaks of 2 wins without a loss. We also had 8 streak of 2 losses without a win. We were in profit for just 1% of the test. Let's look at our rankings. We find the European version of Dammfino at 72nd out of 116 on raw winnings or losses, and 101st on percent increased or decreased. More detailed information about the data including hit counts, statistics, and streak information can be found in the spin data for this test. A link is in the description. Keep in mind that casinos don't exist to make you rich. In fact, they exist to drain from your wallet whatever you allow them to take. Never take gambling advice at face value. Test any strategy that you plan to play on a free online game and read as many critiques about the strategy that you can find. A creator who won't tolerate questions or criticism is a bright red flag, and you aren't a hater for being cynical or by simply questioning their methodology. Some strategies only work for a limited time and the remainder don't work at all. Adjust your risk and loss tolerance accordingly and be cautious with regard to the advice that you accept. Good luck until the next time.